Tonight in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of rumbling going on right now in Washington, D.C. Why is that? Because Joe Biden decided to give a pardon to his son, Hunter Biden. Now, his son was facing federal charges that he had pled guilty to and he was going to be sentenced for. So let's go ahead on and get into this, because just realistically, some people are being hypocritical about it. But at the same time, we need to get into, I don't know why the Democrats are kind of shocked that he did this, but let's go ahead and check this out. You can see Biden pardons his son Hunter despite previous pledges not to. All right, so they talk about Joe Biden pardoning his son Hunter, sparing the younger Biden a possible prison sentence for federal felony gun and tax convictions, and reversing his past promises to not use the extraordinary powers of the presidency for the benefit of his family. And originally, he was not going to do that because he thought after y'all threw $2 billion at Kamala Harris that she was going to win the election and he wouldn't have to, because she would go ahead on and take care of that for him, right? But oh, no. She didn't win the election. So do you think he was going to leave the chance for Trump to get in? You know, if Trump got in, he wouldn't get nothing. So they said the Democratic president had previously said that he would not pardon his son or commute his sentence after convictions in 2 cases in Delaware and California. They said the move on Sunday night comes weeks before Hunter Biden was set to receive his punishment after his trial conviction in the gun case and guilty plea on tax charges, and less than 2 months before President-elect Donald Trump is set to return to the White House. They say it caps a long-running legal saga for the younger Biden, who publicly disclosed he was under federal investigation in December 2020, a month after his father's 2020 victory. They say, and cast a pall over the elder Biden's legacy. Now, they say Biden, who time and again pledged to Americans that he would restore norms and respect the rule of law after Trump's first term in office, ultimately used his position to help his son, breaking his public pledge to Americans that he would do no such thing. Well, it didn't matter at this point because he's not running for office no more. He's done. So it don't matter to him what any of y'all say. We're just keeping it 100 here. Now, they say in the statement released on Sunday evening, Biden said, "I believe in the justice system, but I have wrestled with this. I also believe raw politics are infecting this process, and it led to miscarriage of justice." It said the president's sweeping pardon covers not just the gun and tax offenses against the younger Biden, but also any other offenses against the United States, which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period of January 1, 2014 through December 1, 2024. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, they can't get him for nothing, because he said, hey, he got a complete pardon, unconditional pardon. You can't bring nothing up. If they want to get him on something, they got to go back to 2013 and beyond. Well, Biden sure went ahead and pardon him from the day he was born. If you're going to do it, look, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it from the day my son born. Forget it. Why not, right? Now, say in June, they say Biden categorically ruled out, they say, a pardon on commutation for his son, telling reporters as his son faced trial in Delaware gun case that I abide by the jury decision. I will do that. I will not pardon him. Now, they say as recently as November 8 days after Trump's victory, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre ruled out a pardon or clemency for the younger Biden, saying we've been asked this question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no. Okay. Now, let's get into this a little bit. Why I'm not surprised by this and just being real. Now, y'all know I am not a Joe Biden supporter. I don't support the Democrats or anything like that. You know that, because the Democrats have done my people wrong for 60 some odd years, haven't treated my people right at all. At all. Okay. Now, realistically, what would y'all expect him to do? You think he was going to let Trump get in there and his son go rot in federal prison? You think he was really going to do that? No. His thoughts was, well, Kamala wins, she'll take care of it for me. When she get, in her first day, she'll pardon my son. He be good. You understand what I'm saying? But that did not happen. So he went on and said, let me go ahead and pardon my son right now. Wait before he's sentenced. That way he don't see a day in jail or anything like that. Okay? So that's just really what that is. Now, realistically, if it was my son, and my son had the same charges, my son wasn't convicted on no violent offense, his gun charges had nothing to do with like he shot somebody or he took somebody's life or nothing like that, right? The tax situation, he actually paid the tax dollar. He paid the taxes back and the interest, and they still did that to him, right? Okay, cool. If any of us, we talking about black people, had the ability to get our son, our daughter, our cousin, our uncle, whoever, out of jail, and we had the power to do it, we would do it. So that's why I'm not like, oh, he got his son out, how dare he? I'm being real with the situation, because I would have did the exact same thing. Now, let's get to the part they all talking about right now about Biden. Oh, he lied to us. He did it. Man, look, Biden lied to us from the beginning of his administration. He said that, you remember he said that y'all had my back, I have yours? That was a lie. He never had black people's back whatsoever. He didn't. He lied. He set up here in double speak when black folks expected him to go up there and and take care of the situation with police brutality and qualified immunity and all that. Oh, let Congress do that. So we in the black community know Joe Biden is a liar. We know that. He has a history of lying. He has a history of putting black people in jail. See, that's the interesting part of Joe Biden. Let me talk about that. Okay, you give a pardon to your son. Cool, do that. Well, can you go ahead on and give pardons to the sons and daughters of black Americans? Because it was your crime bill, sir, that you wrote, right? Biden's law, right? That put a lot of my brothers and sisters in the community in federal prison. So on your way out, can you go ahead on and give a pardon to all those brothers and sisters on the way out? Listen, that would actually clean up your legacy. It would show that, you know what, Joe Biden did this, but toward the end of his presidency, he went on ahead and got a lot of black people out of jail. You understand? Trust me. If you got a lot of black people out of jail, Joe Biden, it wouldn't even be a story no more about your son. If you could sit up here and got every black person you could out, like they just hand you thousands and thousands of cases and you just like, hey man, I'm going to sign them all. Get them out, get them out, get them out. That would be the story. That's what I would do. And you would make it right with black people in a way. And maybe you would halfway show a good gesture toward black people just on your legacy. And number two, the Democrats may look a little bit better, a little bit, if you just went out and just mass gave pardons to black people. You understand? Biden? But if you're going to sit up here and get your son out, but not get out the sons and daughters of brothers and sisters that your crime bill put in there, that's what anybody should have more of an issue with, at least in the black community. But the deal is, we know Joe Biden. We know he's a liar. We know that. We know Joe Biden looks out for Joe Biden. We got that part already. My thing is, so when you talk about drugs and crime, Joe Biden, and when it was my community, you said put him in jail. And you wanted people to serve 85% of their sentences before they even got parole in order to get the federal dollars. And they had to build more jails and extend more jail time because of your crime bill. But when it come to your son, because your son was on drugs too, but when it come to your son, he don't have to spend a day in jail. So my people spend years in jail, but your son can't even spend 10 minutes in jail. Now, I wonder what the Democrat Shield's going to say about that part of it. That's what I want to know about the Democrat Shields. Could you please explain to me how he can give his son a pardon, but he won't give a pardon to black people and get us out? There's a lot of political prisoners that's in jail right now who are black, and a lot of them are elderly. He can pardon them all right now. You understand what I'm saying? But we told y'all, the Democrats and Republicans are the same. They do not want to see the rise of the black man and woman in America, both of them. The Democrats make y'all think, you know, they are our friends, but they're not. And the unfortunate part, a lot of our people are stuck on this Democrat. All that, that's all you stuck on. And can't even see that the Democrats are worse because they got the power to help black people and they don't do it. They give you some token positions on the plantation, but they won't give you the power that you need to help change your community. You understand? So pardon for thee, but not for us, right? Not for black people. Now I want you black Democrats to see that. You Democrat shields, could you please explain why he's not giving a bunch of pardons to black people? Since he pardoned his son, then clearly he should pardon a lot of black people because he was responsible for the 1994 crime bill. He was responsible for it. And so Democrat shields, explain that to me. He won't get black people out of jail, but he got his son out of jail. Okay, cool. And you wonder why black people tired of Democrats. You wonder why. And all you Democrats that's complaining and say, oh, he shouldn't have did that, he shouldn't have did this, y'all putting up a show. I don't believe any of you. Because y'all know, you knew this man was probably discussing this behind the scenes. So don't act like you all shocked and surprised. No, this is going to happen. Trump going to come in there and he say, okay, well, Biden doing that? Cool. He going to pardon probably every person that was there January the 6th. I expect him to do it the first day, actually. Or at minimum the first week. I expect that to happen because Trump going to use that. He say, well, shoot, if his son ain't got to go to jail, well, shoot, why these people had to go to jail? You know what I'm saying? So expect to see all them January the 6th people to come home. They got a lot of them got about a month or so left in jail, and they coming home. They coming home. Because what Biden did is open up the door to it. I mean, Trump's already discussing it, but now what Biden did, oh yeah, he really gonna do it now. You better believe that. But yeah, black people need to tell Biden, let some black people out of jail since he don't want his son to go to jail. Because we don't want our sons and daughters in jail either for nonviolent offenses. I personally believe nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent offense. Jail should only be, or prison should be for people that commit violent crime, terrorism, murder or stuff like that, violent stuff. But it wasn't violent. You should have home confinement. And the only reason you go to jail is you can't, abide by the terms. Let's say you have a violation or something like that. Okay, then you can go to county, for your infraction, and then you can come back and get on your confinement. Now, if you break the rule 3 times, then you go into prison. But you would be put in prison with violent offenders. If it was up to me, you'd be put in prison with non-violent people. Not to say the prison would be better, but it would be non-violent people. I wouldn't put people in prison with violent offenders. I wouldn't do that, not whatsoever. But yeah, ask the Democrat shields that. Why black people ain't coming home?